Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please subscribe and keep watching for more detailed videos. Have you ever paused and considered how someone's quiet attitude, their calm approach in the face of chaos, can become the most powerful secret they carry? That kind of inner strength doesn't show up with a big reveal. It crept in quietly, unannounced, until suddenly everyone else noticed. One person who exemplifies this is the actor Wright, best known for her long-running role as Carly Corinthos on the daytime drama General Hospital. Her secret isn't a hidden affair, a scandal, or some dramatic revelation. It's something far more subtle, far more abundant. Her ability to stay positive, grounded, supportive, and authentically herself, no matter what is going on around her. That is her secret, and it is one we should all take note of and consider following. From day one on screen, she's played a character who survives storms, betrayals, losses, power plays, crisis after crisis. The world of Port Charles is never gentle, never quiet. And off-screen, it can be just as demanding. For someone in the public eye with expectations and competing pressures, the easiest thing is to crack, to hide, to lash out. But Wright chooses differently. Her social posts, behind-the-scenes interactions, and her mindset around the role hint at an underlying philosophy that the real work isn't playing someone who survives, it's choosing to survive yourself with grace and strength. She recently revealed that the secret to her success isn't luck or fame. What she pointed to was her mindset, optimism, resilience, staying positive when things feel weighted. She doesn't pretend the challenges don't exist. In fact, she acknowledges them. But she refuses to let them define her. Instead of seeing each obstacle as a blockade, she photographs them as stepping stones. When she is photographed smiling with co-stars, sharing candid glimpses behind the scenes of life on set, or posting moments of genuine joy, it isn't performative. It is reflective of a deeper attitude. Here is what we can learn from that. First, positivity isn't about ignoring the negatives. It's about rejecting the idea that the negatives have to carry all the weight. When you are faced with an unpleasant scene, a difficult person, a stakeholder who doesn't appreciate you, you can carry resentment, or you can carry purpose. And purpose is heavier, but positive in effect. Wright models this. Rather than look for blame when things go wrong on set or in production, she emphasizes the collaboration, the good moments, the people around her. She's supportive of her cast, of her crew. She shares images of genuine laughter, of relaxed off-duty moments, of connection, with no fanfare, no pretension. That is rare. Second, the secret has to do with the relationships. She's been dating Wes Ramsey for years now, and each time she shares a photograph of the two of them together, you see a brightness in her smile, an ease that suggests she's comfortable, valued, and fulfilled. That foundation matters. When you know someone believes in you, or at least when you pause long enough to see someone beside you who reflects your value, you gain a quiet power. It doesn't have to be loud. The secret is consistent. She doesn't hype it, she lives it. This is a clue. The secret we should all follow is creating a base of support around us, not because life will be easy, but because we'll be stronger when it isn't. Third, she approaches her role with confidence, not arrogance. In an interview, she noted that when she arrived as Carly, she felt not "look out, here I come" in a haughty way, but excitement and confidence. She didn't feel the need to prove herself in the way many newcomers feel. She believed she belonged. She honored the role. She stepped into it with full awareness and full commitment, and in choosing that stance, confidence rather than self-doubt, she allows herself to act from a place of empowerment instead of reaction. Why does this matter beyond soap opera fandom? Because each of us in our own way faces daily dramas, at work, in relationships, with health, within ourselves. The episodes may not involve WSB operations or international intrigue, but the arcs are there. The betrayal, the loss, the reinvention, the risk. And the question becomes, how do we respond? Many of us respond by hiding our pain, by compartmentalizing, by lashing out, or by stepping back. What Wright's secret suggests is a third way. Step forward with integrity, with clarity, with hope. Let's unpack what that looks like in real terms. Imagine you have a project at work that goes sideways. The initial response might be panic or shame or blame. Instead, you could say, Okay, this went wrong. What can I do? You could lean into your team. You could bring support in. You could stay positive, not in a Pollyanna way, but in a connected way. I'll learn. I'll do better. I'll keep moving. That is exactly what Wright shows. She is surrounded by cast, crew, co-workers. She posts behind-the-scenes photos with co-stars like Eden McCoy and Nina Watrous. She publicly supports them, not as a staged PR move, but as genuine recognition of shared effort. That denotes a mindset of abundance, not scarcity. It also invites us to reframe our definition of secret. We often think it means hidden, clandestine, private. But what if a secret is simply a consistent habit, a repeated action people don't notice at first, until its power is evident? Wright's positivity is not flashy. It doesn't demand the spotlight. But gradually, it becomes recognizable. She doesn't wait for someone to tell her she's done well. She just does well because that's how she decides to show up. And that is empowering. Another facet, authenticity. Authenticity means you are aligned. Your actions match your words. Your emotions match your character. Wright shows up as someone who means what she says and says what she means. She doesn't craft an image of perfection. She acknowledges she's human. And in that acknowledgement lies strength. She once revealed she did not feel under pressure to prove herself, because she trusted her ability and her choice. This kind of authenticity is rare in a field fraught with image management and perception. And when you lean into authenticity, you free yourself from the burden of constant performance. You allow your best self to emerge more naturally. Equally important, resilience. The world of soap operas is tough. Long hours, fast turnarounds, high emotional stakes, fans with expectations, a constantly shifting storyline. Wright still finds space to breathe, to connect, to smile. She uses her off-screen moments to recharge the on-screen intensity. She doesn't allow the job to define her entire life. She anchors herself outside of it too. That is an often overlooked part of her secret. The secret isn't only how she acts in front of the camera, it's how she lives when the cameras are off. We mirror something deeply human. Each day we can choose. Will we let the environment decide our mood, or will we decide our mood? Will we let others' drama pull us into chaos, or will we anchor into our own purpose? Wright shows that you don't have to be immune to chaos. You just don't have to be defined by it. She keeps her core intact. She remains unshaken in small storms so that when big storms arrive, she's not starting from scratch. Let's talk for a moment about what positivity, as a secret, really means. It doesn't mean you feel good all the time. It means you interpret adversity as temporary, as instructive. It means you lean into possibility rather than sinking into regret. You don't ignore if something feels unfair. You notice, you name it, you move. You lean into your support network. You recall that you are part of something bigger than the immediate problem. And yes, you show up for others. Because when you support someone else, you reinforce your own strength. And that is exactly what Laura Wright does. She doesn't just carry her own optimism. She radiates that for others. She doesn't keep her co-stars at arm's length. She shares their wins. She shares their moments. That builds trust. That builds goodwill. That builds community. And for you listening, your own secret might be this: your attitude is your brand. Not the flashy headline, not the big reveal, but the daily choice of how you respond. You may never get a headline like "Secret Revealed," but you will live a life aligned with your best self. Now I want to ask you, what is your secret? What quality do you have that no one else broadcasts, that quietly powers you? Maybe it's your ability to listen when others won't. Maybe it's your habit of being early, of preparing. Maybe it's your authenticity. Maybe it's your kindness in the face of indifference. Think of it as something you carry not to show off, but to rely on. Something you lean into when the moment asks for more than you feel like giving. That is your secret. It doesn't have to be public. It just needs to be consistent. When you choose that path, you join a small but quiet league of people whose power is not loud, whose influence is subtle, whose legacy isn't built on flash but on steadiness. Laura Wright is one of them in her field. She may be known for her dramatic on-screen persona, but her off-screen secret teaches us you can be dramatic without drama. You can succeed without chaos. You can be influential without needing to announce it. So the next time crisis looms, whether at home, at work, in a relationship. Pause. Breathe. Recognize your secret. Maybe it's not fame. Maybe it's not high achievement. Maybe it's simply your integrity. Maybe it's your calm in the storm. Maybe it's your habit of reaching out when others close off. Maybe it's your willingness to keep going when the applause has stopped. That's worth following. That's worth sharing. Because when you live your secret openly, quietly, steadily, you not only show up for yourself, you model the way for others. In closing, the world will always give you reasons to doubt, to hide, to shrink. But you have something quieter, stronger than that. You have a choice: to let the doubt win, or to win the doubt. To ask for less or to ask for more. To hide your secret, or to live it. The latter is what she does. The latter is what we should all consider doing. Use her attitude as inspiration. Not because you're following her, but because you're discovering your own version of this secret. And when you own it, you become unstoppable in the way that matters most, in your own life. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel for all of your updates.